Okay, from Chris in Illinois, why does our freezer vary in temperature where the ice cubes begin to melt and then refreeze together? The door is not left open. Okay, so he's not leaving the door open and his ice cubes are stuck together.
Okay, well, that's one of the real tests to find out how your refrigerator's doing. I mean, a lot of times we'll have people put an ice cube in the deep freeze and just put it on a paper towel. And if you come back, 6 hours, 8 hours later, and that ice cube is melted and then refroze, then you know you've got a pretty wide temperature swing with that refrigerator.
Okay.
And in that situation, as he's describing here, probably what we've got is a thermostat issue. And I will tell you that in some of the units, there is a little adjustable device over on those aluminum fin coils inside the refrigerator. So when you open the door, you look straight to the back of that refrigerator, and usually on the right-hand side is a little plastic clip, and it have a little white wire coming up to it. And that is our thermistor. That's basically our electronic thermometer that's checking the temperature inside that refrigerator. Many times we may have to just move it and adjust it up or down on those fins. Maybe an inch, 2 inches, we'll change it and do what we need for it to do. Now, if you continue to have problems with it, then it may be that you may need to have it serviced and cleaned. And here again, you can do that yourself if you know how, but it may need to have a little servicing.
Okay.
Now, if I may say one other thing, and most people don't understand about the RV type refrigerators, we have to remember that for every minute that refrigerator door is open, it takes that refrigerator 1 hour for it to recover. So a lot of times I always encourage folks that, if you're going to be at a place to where, you're going to have access to where you want to be able to gain access to your beverages and things like that, have you an ice chest. So that way you can keep that refrigerator door closed. Because I've seen situations where people think, well, I'm really not getting into that refrigerator that much. But if you begin to count how many people have come up, opened the refrigerator door, taken a drink, and closed it, so it's taken that refrigerator a little while to recover from that warm blast of air that's come into that refrigerator box.
Now, a lot of refrigerators operate both either 12 volt or on propane, correct? And or on house current. There's some variations, but does this recovery time apply regardless of the power source, so to speak?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Most refrigerators that are being manufactured for today's RVs are going to operate off of the 110 volts, which is your house power, that you pull from a pedestal or from a generator, or they run off of propane. Now, we do have a third feature, and they're typically on, like you were talking about a while ago, about your slide-in campers that go in the back of your pickup, maybe some of your pop-up trailers. They will have a 12-volt heating element. The only problem is it takes so much energy at 12 volts in order to do the conversion to get that refrigerator cold. That's why that you've seen most of the manufacturers have gone to what we call a two-way type of refrigerator,
right?
Propane and 110 volts.
Okay, good. And you were also commenting earlier, I think before the show, about the importance of getting the recalls done. Is that where if there's getting the recall kit for some of the refrigerators today?
Dave, do we have up on the screen to where we can show them the numbers to get a hold of
Right,
Norcold
yeah, we do.
or
We have
Dometic?
for both Norcold and Thetford, there's a website, thetford.com. 800 number is 800-767-9101. And then Dometic has a website here as well, www.dometic.com/recall.
Right, right. And the reason why we wanted to make sure we pointed that out to everyone is that there's still a lot of refrigerators out there that folks have not had a recall kit put on it. And for safety reasons, all you have to do is to go to this website, whether it be for Norcold or for the Dometic folks, and give them the serial number and the model number. You can key it in with your computer, and it'll pop up and tell you if your unit's one of those that's under the warranty.
Okay.
And where you find that information, where you find your model and serial number is that when you open the refrigerator door, look on either the left-hand side or the right-hand side, and there's a label that will tell you what model number, what brand it is, whether it's, like I said, Norcold or Dometic, and it'll tell you what serial number. And you just need that information. Go in there and key it in, and it'll pop up and tell you if yours is one of those that's covered by that recall notice.
And this is important from a safety standpoint, obviously.
Most definitely, most definitely.
The overheating or the flame. Mm-hmm. Does it have to do with the propane or the electrical or electric powered or is it where is the problem coming from that this is dealing with?
Where we're seeing the majority of the failure is that right around the burner tube. That's the device that the generator is being heated by. Somewhere in there, there may be a failure, maybe things overheat, and there's a structural failure in the boiler. And so you have to realize that inside those cooling coils of that refrigerator is ammonia, hydrogen, water, and an anti-rust chemical called sodium chromate. And so if that boiler develops a crack, it's going to allow those chemicals to come out. And we all know that hydrogen is a fuel source, and if it's exposed to flame, it will light off.
Okay. And
So what they do is they put this recall kit on it, so it actually will shut the refrigerator down if it gets up into that danger zone temperature. So that way we keep that stress on that boiler from happening.
So it's just really important to follow up on.
Most definitely.
The last thing you need is a fire and all that. So anyway.
Yes.
Well, I think we're about to wrap up here. We have had questions that we've asked the professor, and we have covered, we have covered an awful lot of great stuff here today, Terry, I think.
Well, the thing is that the best questions are ones that people ask, and all of these questions have been some that have come into us. And the ones that I really enjoy are the ones that people send us a picture so we can see exactly what they're talking about. So
really important.
Let me encourage you that if you want to send in your question and have us talk about it, send in your picture and also send in a picture of that component that you're having questions about. So that way we can utilize it on the screen and talk about it so others can learn from it as well.
Right, and you can send your pictures, questions, comments, whatever, via email to professor@rvnn.tv. You can also call 1-877-578-RVNN if you have a comment or a question. Again, the pictures are really important, so we may turn around and ask you for a picture, but if you have a comment on the show, certainly give us a call. You call 877-578-RVNN and use extension 708, and that'll take you right to the RV Professor's voicemail box. You can also follow our show on Facebook, Twitter, and Flickr, and you can also text for updates, text a message to text message the words RVNN to 72727, and that will get you on our text message list for updates and up-to-the-minute information about what's going on here at the network. So thanks very much for being with us today, Terry, and we'll be looking forward to the next episode. This has been great content, and we'll hope to see you folks down the road and next time, and also hope to have some questions and answers that we can approach.
Well, Dave, it's been fun. I appreciate it.
Okay, great. We'll see you next time on Ask the Professor.
For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to RVNN.tv.